This video will expose the most unreliable SUVs on the market. Luxury SUVs are supposed to be the pinnacle of comfort, performance, and status. They're marketed as rolling mansions, packed with cutting-edge tech, plush interiors, and enough horsepower to make you feel like a king on the road. But what happens when that dream turns into a financial nightmare? Today, we're diving deep into the 10 worst luxury SUVs of 2025 you should avoid buying according to Consumer Report. The ones that promise premium quality but deliver headache-inducing repair bills, catastrophic depreciation, and more time ends up parked at the shop than being on the road. Some of these vehicles are so unreliable, they might as well come with a mechanic in the passenger seat. And the last one on this list? Well, let's just say if you ever find yourself behind the wheel of that disaster, may the car gods have mercy on your soul. Buckle up, because these are the so-called luxury rides that should come with a warning label. Don't blink, because this is going to get brutal. Let's kick off at number 10, Cadillac XT6. If you've ever wondered what it feels like to drive a disappointment, look no further than the Cadillac XT6. On paper, it's supposed to be an elegant, three-row luxury SUV. In reality, it's about as exciting as watching paint dry. The 3.6-liter V6 churns out 310 horsepower. Sounds decent, right? Wrong. This thing takes a sluggish 7 seconds to hit 60 mph, and the handling is so soft it feels like you're steering a waterbed down the highway. And let's talk about the interior, because Cadillac certainly didn't. Cheap materials, an outdated infotainment system, and quality control that makes you question if they even bothered to check the car before shipping it out. With a starting price of $50,000, depreciation hits this thing harder than an asteroid. Number 9. Infiniti QX80. Imagine a cruise ship, but instead of gracefully floating across the ocean, it's awkwardly lumbering down the highway, chugging fuel like an aircraft carrier on deployment. That's the Infiniti QX80, a full-size luxury SUV that somehow feels like it was engineered in the past decade, and not one of the good ones. Let's start with that gas-guzzling monstrosity under the hood. A 5.6-liter V8 pushing out 400 horsepower and 413 lb-ft of torque. Sounds impressive, right? Until you realize this beast barely scrapes by with 13 miles per gallon in the city and a laughable 19 mpg on the highway. And don't even think about taking long road trips unless you enjoy making pit stops every 100 miles. But hey, maybe the ride quality makes up for it? Not a chance. The suspension is tuned so poorly that every pothole, speed bump, and crack in the road sends a shudder through the entire vehicle. The steering? More vague. The worst part? Infiniti has barely updated this SUV in over a decade. The QX80 still clings to ancient engineering like it's afraid of the future. Honestly, Infiniti should have put this dinosaur out of its misery years ago. Number 8. Lincoln Aviator. The Lincoln Aviator is what happens when a car company takes a good idea and executes it terribly. On the surface, it's stylish and packed with tech, but under the hood, it's a nightmare waiting to happen. The twin-turbo V6 is powerful until it starts misfiring. The transmission? More confused than a lost tourist. And the electrical system? Let's just say it has a mind of its own. With repair costs that can make a grown man cry, this is one luxury SUV that will have you on a first-name basis with your mechanic. Number 7. Maserati Levante Maserati. An SUV that proves you can't just slap a Ferrari-derived engine into a body and call it a luxury masterpiece. Let's start with what Maserati got right. The Levante sounds incredible. That 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6 borrowed from Ferrari roars like a supercar and delivers 345 to 550 horsepower, depending on which version you get. The Levante Trofeo, with its 3.8-liter twin-turbo V8, takes it even further, pushing out 572 horsepower and launching from 0 to 60 mph in just 3.8 seconds. Sounds exhilarating, right? Well, enjoy that brief moment of happiness because it's all downhill from there. Reliability? It's like a real horror story. The Levante continues Maserati's long-standing tradition of being breathtakingly beautiful and breathtakingly unreliable. From random electronic failures to suspension issues that feel like the car is actively trying to escape its own frame, the Levante is a ticking time bomb for your wallet. Owners report constant warning lights, mysterious engine misfires, and gearboxes that develop a mind of their own. The Levante is not for the financially weak, so the repair cost is something to consider. If you're thinking about buying a Maserati Levante, we suggest you do yourself a favor and invest in a really nice bicycle instead. It'll be more reliable, cost less to maintain, and probably get you to your destination with no issues. Number 6, BMW X7. BMW's flagship luxury SUV, the X7, is like a 5-star hotel with plumbing issues. The interior is gorgeous, the tech is cutting edge, but underneath it all, this thing is a headache waiting to happen. The air suspension is about as durable as a wet paper bag, and once it starts failing, be prepared to pay more in repairs than you did for the car itself. And let's not forget the software glitches that turn your infotainment system into an unusable brick at the worst possible moments. If you love spending time at the dealership, this is the SUV for you. Number 5, Mercedes-Benz GLS. Mercedes makes some incredible vehicles, but the GLS isn't one of them. This is the kind of SUV that makes you question why you spent $80,000 on it. The twin-turbo V8 sounds great until the turbo fails. The electronics? More unreliable than an ex who keeps texting you. And maintenance? You'll need a second mortgage just to keep up. This is luxury ownership at its most frustrating. Number 4, Land Rover Range Rover Velar. If check engine lights were an Olympic sport, the Range Rover Velar would take home gold every year. Land Rover's reputation for unreliability continues, and the Velar is no exception. Beautiful on the outside, but beneath that sleek design lies a mess of electrical failures, air suspension nightmares, and software glitches that turn simple drives into rage-inducing experiences. And let's not forget that parts and repairs cost a fortune. You'd be better off buying a bus pass. Number 3, Tesla Model X. The Tesla Model X is proof that futuristic doesn't always mean functional. The Falcon Wing doors? Cool until they randomly stop working. The build quality? Inconsistent, at best. The software? Buggy enough to make you wonder if you're beta testing the car. And range? Sure, it's great, until you realize charging infrastructure still isn't where it needs to be. For $100,000, you'd expect a flawless experience, but what you get instead is an overgrown science experiment that sometimes decides not to work. Number 2, Alfa Romeo Stelvio. Alfa Romeo. Beautiful cars, exciting to drive, but about as reliable as a weather forecast 2 weeks out. The Stelvio, their attempt at a luxury SUV, is no different. It's quick, it's stylish, but good luck keeping it on the road without issues. The electrical system has more ghosts than a haunted house. The transmission shifts when it feels like it, and the resale value drops like a rock. Owning one of these is an emotional roller coaster, mostly of regret. Number 1, Land Rover Range Rover. And finally, at number 1, the undisputed king of unreliability, the Land Rover Range Rover. This SUV is the ultimate status symbol of bad decisions. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Air suspension failures, electrical gremlins, transmission nightmares, you name it. And if that wasn't bad enough, repair costs are astronomical. You don't buy a Range Rover, you marry your mechanic. If you're thinking about buying one of these, consider investing in a bus pass instead. Well, if you want to know which cars you should be buying, then check out our other video at the top right of the screen, 17 best cars that everyone wants to buy according to Consumer Reports.